I dreamt a sunbeam kissed my cheek, then fell right at the moon's feet, then threw me back into the pond to reflect their love from up beyond. I dreamt I knelt upon a hill, then fell down with a will, tumbled and bumbled in briars and berries, tumbled and bumbled in hires and harries. Dim, dim, dum, doon. I fell right into the moon. She looked upon me with sad, quiet eyes, eyes that spied, eyes that pried. So I did what I do, and I went and I hide. I hide from the sun, I hide from the moon, I hide from my name so very soon. I tucked my name in an envelope, then sent it away, right up to the coast. It traveled far, then wider still. Then it died upon a blackened hill. Hill. What name did die? You ask, you wonder. Was it one of mine, or just a mask I'm under? Does it matter? Does it mind if it is mask or if it is mine? They're still created, are they not? They come from me, like fruit off a tree. Hibble, dibble, down we go, into the waters, flow, flow, flow. What's beneath? What's inside? What's the pull? What's running the tide? Hide, ride, rhythm and reek. Why, oh why, are my eyes so very, very weak? Why does my vision see two of you? Are you really twice there? Can you really be two? Why are my eyes filled up with stars? Why are my tides sharpened on tars? Why does the sight before me a sting? And why is my head a ring, ring? Why does my head, why does my highs, why does my moon and my soon all but sigh? Where is the place that's back in the den? Where is the fun when I was one of them? Where is the missive when I was important? Where is the pissive when I was subservient? Oh, happy day, simple day, where did you go? Oh, happy day, simple day, away you heaved ho? Childhood was hard, adulthood even harder. Will it get any easier when I'm grayer, not darker? It's not that I'm ungrateful, not that I'm not well fed, not that I don't get talk therapy and get my head read. But sometimes the sigh can't be righted by rain. Sometimes the hurt be counted with pain. And sometimes the rhythm of my heart and my head are out of the realm of now and of Ned. Sometimes the only relief for my heart is writing the words right from my start. I start with my problem and end with my past, then move on through the future and end up in the past. I often don't find solutions. A lot of times the pain doesn't even stop. But sometimes, sometimes a swish of a brush or a trotted refrain, it eases the place where pain and love do place. Sometimes it eases the heavy where hot and cold sit. Sometimes it eases the nevy where who's and how's hit. Sometimes life is too heavy, too cold, too grey. Sometimes the words are just too hard to say. Words like, I need you, I need me, I need them as well. Hard to say that I'm hurting, I'm burning, and I'm lonely as hell. I'm lonely because I'm the only one, it seems, stuck in this well. Sometimes words just don't hit the mark, and letters don't say anything smart. Sometimes I write and I hate what I've written. Sometimes I hark and I hate what I've hidden. Sometimes I stare and feel terribly bare. And sometimes the cold, it chokes me right under. So I sit under the moon, under water, under silt, and all of my guilt. And there I find trembles. There sometimes is peace. But there I always find abandoned pieces of mine. They are cold and they are ugly. They are grey and the dead, the rude and the judgy, and the hillishy red. The pieces of me I try so hard to choke down. All the pieces of me that make my heart and face frown. All those pieces of me that shake and they shimmer. They just want right out. They want to seep. They just want a lion. They just want a tiger. They just want to lie down and meow like a tiger. Little by little, these parts they do grow. Little by little, more parts I must stow. Stow them under mud. Stow them under silt. I make sure that they will never get out. They cannot leave. They cannot surrender. They must stay, stay, stay in the under and under. Away from the view, away from any of you, away from the sun, away from the light. They need to stay in the darkness of night. They need to stay where they can never fight. Let me lay on another layer of tears that should justly drown them and keep them unawares. They can't come out now. They are not awanted. And if they ever showed themselves, well, I'd get them individually hunted. They don't belong in the light, in the room. They don't belong where other people zoom, where people could zoom into their faces, zoom into their hearts. No, I can't let them out, those evil villain parts. So I'll sing and I'll whistle, I'll stump and I'll hump, that they shall not move, they may not be apart. Good night, rotten parts, rotten potatoes. You have been put to bed, just go to sleep. I've had enough of your haters. The riverbed stilled, quieter than a mouse. Then a shrill little voice came above with a shout. You can't hold us forever. You're cracked at the seams. Can you not see we are bigger than streams? Soon you shan't be able to cover all of our heads. Soon we shall all be raised from the dead. I stamped and I stomped, I bit and I chomped. I wouldn't let them out, I wouldn't let them see. I was in charge of them, not they, them of me. I added another cover, much wider than the others, filled it with fear and filled it with dread. Then back to their beds the pieces did go, and back off to sleep to their black, ugly holes. I sat on the stream bank and cast a wide gaze. I'm gonna need much, much more fuel to keep this up for days. So I fed them my heart, then my personality, then I gave them my brains, my hands and my feet. Still 'twasn't enough, so I gave them my hope. Yet that didn't work. Even with an extra serving of regret, that didn't work either. I huffed and I puffed, and I gave them my liver, my thyroid, my throat, my lungs and my spleen. And all that they wanted, they still needed me. More and more I gave them, till I was just a puff, a breeze, a shell, a wall, a tuff, just a boulder of dust, a husk on the shore. And that's when they left. That's when they let me be ignored. When I'm at death's near gate, at death's great, great door, that's when they left me to sit, and they finally were stored. So now that I'm dust, they all do ignore me. Now that I'm too tired to live, too tired to be stormy. So now I just sit atop them, queen of the dead, empty inside of my body and my head. Was it worth it, you ask? To give up my body? To let go of my head? To keep them all gawny? If I ask you the same, you would tell me surely. Was it worth it? Was it right? Are you filled up now with light? Huh? Does your burden get lighter now that they're gone? Or does your head make your bed and fill you with dread? What's better, you ask? Which is the way to go past? I cannot tell you, not tomorrow, not today. See, the truth is not simple. The truth is not straightforward. The options aren't great. Just one that is hate or one that is fate. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what you will choose, because sometimes the choice is they choose for you. So sometimes the lake is dried up and parched, but sometimes the lake is fluttered and starched. And then sometimes the lake is just as you left it. Then occasionally, sometimes, the lake is not even a lake. No. Sometimes the lake is just a very flooded path. A path that was made for walking that turns into hawking. A path for talking that turns into looking. Under and over, runder and rover. You do exist. You fly. You sometimes, you hiss. Oh, I think I've lost it. I think I've cracked. Become unhinged. Well, at least, here we can settle. Here we can make tea. Here we can rest. Make what we can sitting atop of those pests. 'Cause one day we die. One day we are no longer. And when that does happen, will I be glad? Will I be happy? Or will I be sad? Will time hand me the happy that I always wanted? Or is the next part of my life just another kind of haunted? Just another place, another space to do this all again? Maybe there's more, but maybe there's less. Maybe there's just a really big mess. Who can know the future? Who really knows the past? Who knows the place that hearts can start? Who knows where pleasure ends, where heart starts? Who knows where life is, what death is? Who knows what is up? Who knows what is down? Who really, really knows the places around? I sat at my lake. The lake sat with me. We picked up our teacups and simply drank tea. Maybe that's the story. Maybe that's just how it ends. Maybe the queen is just a husk on a dead river bend. Or maybe this story, maybe it ain't quite over. Maybe the tea is filled with dreams that rover. I think that makes sense to me. Good night. Sleep tight. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, with all of my pieces. Even the ones that drown me in sorrow. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get there one day. You and me. Okay. This is not our end. It's not the end of our story. It's just a little part. Okay. Good night, sweet sparrow. Sleep safe. Sleep warm. Sleep, darling, sleep. Even if you're feeling torn. I'll come sit right beside you and ride your dreams aside you. I'll sit with you, my darling, my sparrow, my friend. I'll sit with you, my dear.